Jurassic World is a film I've wanted to review for a while now. A film I'm very familiar with, given that I've not only seen all the movies in the Jurassic series, but also several of the games and even the Camp Cretaceous series on Netflix. With regards to this review, logistics prevent me reviewing the trilogy, plus with a fourth Jurassic World film due out this year, it would get outdated pretty quickly. This in itself is a challenge though. I may have some bias and quite a bit of knowledge which will help me along the way, but I will be critical where applicable. Hold on to your butts. Here's my review of Jurassic World. Years after the failings of Jurassic Park, Jurassic World is a striving dinosaur theme park on Isla Nublar. Despite receiving 20,000 visitors a day, costs have increased and guests are getting bored with seeing standard dinosaurs. Therefore, a new hybrid dinosaur has been created, the Indominus Rex. Operations Manager Claire Deering discusses the new creature with animal trainer Owen Grady, who raises concerns about this gigantic predator being raised in captivity. When they try to look at the creature, they're unable to locate it, and there's no heat signature in the pen. As Claire phones Central Control to find Indominus' tracking chip, Owen and two guards enter the pen only to find that the monster is still there and simply hid its heat signature. Indominus escapes and heads towards the guests, killing the asset containment unit who tried to capture it alive. Meanwhile, Claire's nephews Zach and Gray are exploring the park, and at the time of the evacuation order, they're out in gyrospheres. Ignoring the request to come back, they go off track and encounter Indominus, narrowly escaping into the jungle. Owen and Claire go after them, tracking them back to the park, whilst another attempt to stop Indominus, this time with lethal rounds, makes things worse when the aviary is destroyed, and the owner of Jurassic World, Simon Masrani, is killed. Vic Hoskins, InGen security and military bod, opts to use Owen's 4 velociraptors to hunt down the hybrid, and as much as Owen initially states how bad an idea this is, he relents as he's the only one who comes close to controlling the raptors. When they encounter Indominus, the raptors turn on the humans who escape back to the main plaza, with one being killed by the accompanying soldiers. Owen manages to talk the remaining raptors back to his control, and Indominus attacks them, killing 2 more raptors. Claire then releases the T-Rex to fight Indominus, and between the Tyrant Lizard and one remaining raptor, Blue, they force Indominus Rex back to the mosasaur pool where the underwater dinosaur drags it under the water. In the aftermath, the survivors are treated in a makeshift hospital and Jurassic World is abandoned. Right off the bat, I really like the setting of a successful Jurassic themed park set on Isla Nublar. Seeing the rides, the attractions and the sunny climate really makes this a place you'd expect to see in the real world and a place you'd dream of visiting. It's why I'm a little bit frustrated that despite the 20,000 visitors a day, the corporates insist that because costs are rising, they need new dinosaurs and discovering new breeds just isn't good enough, hence Indominus Rex. The setup is either maddeningly stupid or a brilliant satire on the capitalist market.
Something capitalism bad.
Instead of taking the time to find and recover actual species, they spend $36 million on a dinosaur made of so many parts and so much DNA from other species that even the people in charge don't know what it is and what it can do. I have a hot take which I've had since the first time I saw this film. I hate Indominus Rex. It's an OP monster that has too many plot convenient abilities. It has thermal vision, camouflages, can regulate thermal output, and is hyper intelligent, even speaking to the raptors at one point. It's also hyper aggressive, killing a field of sauropods for no reason. It might not have run amok or even been created had anyone other than Owen had an ounce of intelligence. The scientists who created it could and should have stopped much sooner. Mr. Masrani insisted on this attraction, Claire has no idea what it is, and even Asset Containment go in with non-lethal weapons and get wiped out for their troubles. I do appreciate the way they're killed is reminiscent of the Marines in Aliens. Whether that's by design or not, I'm not sure. This is a creation that tried to break out of its containment, that killed its sibling and ate it, that injured several workers, and they thought it would be okay to display to the public? When they thought it missing, the first instinct was to go inside the cage, instead of phoning Central Control first. That is what's known as an idiot plot, a criticism I've made of films before, and it's only when reviewing this film that I notice how bad it is. I do, however, like the set pieces, the action sequences which scratch that primal part of my brain even if it makes no sense. Indominus trying to swallow a gyrosphere whole? Riding motorcycles in the jungle alongside raptors? Claire outrunning a T-Rex wearing heels? Actually, that last one is too much of a stretch for me to enjoy. Remember that the T-Rex apparently runs at 40 miles an hour, and yet Claire can outrun it and expects it to just fight the Indominus without eating the humans afterwards. Perhaps she ought to become an Olympic sprinter. It sounds like I'm down on the film, and I am, but also I still really enjoy it. In the same way that eating drive-thru food isn't good for you, but there's that part that really craves it, Jurassic World is a junk food movie. Don't think too hard about the nutritional information and switch your brain off and you can enjoy it for a short time. Think about it afterwards though and you'll hate yourself for enjoying it. There are other good things though. I think Jurassic World is cast well. Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard and Vincent D'Onofrio may have one-dimensional characters for the most part, especially Hoskins, but they play them well and I never think that someone else could do it better. There was a theory for years that Owen was the kid from Jurassic Park that Alan teases with the raptor claw, a theory that unfortunately has been disproved. The thing is, in my mind, it makes more sense for the boy to grow up to be Hoskins, hence his obsession with using them for military purposes, plus he kinda looks like he might fight Daredevil when he grows up. As much as the story frustrates me, they do try. One line in particular acts as a great retcon to incorporate real-world paleontology with this sci-fi movie. The line is,
"Nothing in Jurassic World is natural. We have always filled gaps in the genome with the DNA of other animals, and if their genetic code was pure, many of them would look quite different."
Science since 1993 has changed what paleontology thinks about what dinosaurs look like, meaning that technically, Jurassic Park is wrong. Gee, a 30-year-old sci-fi film doesn't hold up to scrutiny. But that line, very simply and deftly, makes it all make sense. Jurassic World may be the most commercially successful film I've reviewed so far, making $1.67 billion on a $200 million budget, the second highest grossing film of 2015 after Star Wars The Force Awakens. Does that mean the Indominus Rex was a calculated risk? Does that completely negate my earlier point? No, because Jurassic World didn't have a chance to kill everyone who watched it. Jurassic World, as hinted earlier, has had several sequels. Fallen Kingdom in 2018, Dominion in 2022, and now Rebirth in 2025. But I'd recommend Camp Cretaceous, an animated series which follows a group of kids at camp on Isla Nublar during the events of Jurassic World and then Fallen Kingdom. It might be aimed more at kids, but it is genuinely an enjoyable series, and if you don't fall in love with Bumpy, then you might have no soul. As far as Jurassic World is concerned though, I think less of it than I did before review, and although I will see it again at some point, I'm going to have to switch my brain right off and just enjoy the spectacle rather than the story. Jurassic World is a mindless, over-the-top Hollywood blockbuster, a film type that clearly isn't extinct yet. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you see, please give this video a like and share it on social media. Maybe leave a comment below about what you thought of this video. And if you'd like to see more, please subscribe for more content. If you'd like to support me in other ways, you can buy merchandise at bradleyj.tmail.com, where you can buy t-shirts, tote bags and more. Or you can become a Patreon at www.patreon.com/BradleyJVoices for just £1 a month. Coming up next for the Film Review Open Challenge is Mrs. Doubtfire. For now though, thank you very much for watching.